What's up, F-Words? It is Taven the Caveman. Today we are going to continue our work on this cover of an Avengers comic book. It is number 14. This was a really big trip for me yesterday. I learned so much just by redrawing what I could see here, and as you see it here in all its glory, it is Doctor Strange. He's got 6 arms. He's doing a lot of strange stuff in here, but I just felt inspired to draw this, and today we are going to color it in. I got my selection of pens. Came out to be 16 different colors that I'll be using. I'll probably end up using more. But for everybody that's joining me today, thank you so much. This is going to be really fun. Hopefully we can speed through this just enough. It was quite the challenge. There was a few parts of this drawing that I had to redo, like the face and arm, the body position. I had to make sure that everything was basically proportionate in its own respective size. Aside from that, I did really quick before I start, I did want to adjust this hand because I noticed that it was a little extra bigger than I wanted it to be. So we're just going to do a little bit of that, and just reducing the size is all I want to do. I don't want to do any more than that, because we really want it to match the size of the other hand. And that's all I needed to do. Now we can put our pencil and our eraser away. We're going to carry on. Now, I don't have a specific order to do these. Is that Doctor Strange? Yes, sir. Thank you guys for being interested in this work. This is Doctor Strange. I'll tell you what, it took me about 2.5 hours to draw this up. That was with all the corrections that I made and everything. Some people, like I said, I don't really know where to start on the inking. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do last. I'm going to go over this with a black pen at the end. I'm going to add all the color first and then add all the black at the end there. What I will show you guys, I have this tester paper right here with all of my colors that I'm going to use. I need to find my salmon pink and the proper brown to use. There we go. Yo, hit me with the rose. Amazing work. Thank you, Levy. Thank you so much for that, and for that follow. What's up, Hot Spaghetti? Yes, we are doing some inking. I was asking the fellas earlier, like, we're adults, right? Do we still call it coloring, or is it like is there like a more mature word we can use? And they were like, inking's one, so I thought, hey, I'll go with that. So what I want to do is I want to go with my light colors first, and then move to my darker ones. We're going to start with his face, just so that he knows that I care about his face. Look at that nice complexion. You got a nice salmon pink complexion going on. There's nothing strange about that. You're a grown man looking like a little salmon pink's just going to rub on your face. That's what's up. It's a heck of a thing, you guys. So while I'm inking, let's have some talks. What's been getting you guys all nerded up? To me, it's rewatching that Deadpool movie. That's something I'm gonna do with some friends today and my husband. Can't wait for that. Definitely gonna be a trip. How many times have you seen Deadpool? I've watched it 2 times. Today will be the 3rd. And I tell you what, I can't be happier because that movie is just that awesome. This is the first drawing that I have added pencil shading to it. And by first I mean with these, also using these markers. I'll tell you what, guys, I bought these markers a few months ago, let them sit on the table, you know, and I finally started using them, and I fell in love with them. I'd actually like to upgrade and buy some more. So any gifts that you guys do throw my way, I will be using to buy some more markers so that I can have more fun, experience all the shades, all the hues, all the colors that I'm missing out on. You may think, well, how many markers does he have? I have 48. 48. And you may think that's a lot, but honestly, it's not that much. Speaking to other creators, they were like, oh bro, I got like 300. I got like this many. I was like, oh, okay. I'm still a little baby. Still a little baby in this. But this is why I want to kick it up to the next level. Ooh, let me help this camera out a little bit. Ooh, okay. What else am I going to do here? So I've added the salmon pink to his face as the first layer for the skin tone, which is really nice. I like the way it looks. And now that I have to darken it up a bit, I am going to add this potato brown. Potato says what? We're just going to do his neck shadowing. And the great thing about having shaded it in with some pencil is all I gotta do is now just follow what the pencils have lined up for me. I might add a little bit more here and there, but what I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to copy the image for what it is and not do too many editing, too much editing on it. Because this is a great picture. This is an awesome cover, and the only reason why I chose this is because I felt like I was going to learn a lot from this. And of course you can see that yes, it is teaching me a lot. I had a wonderful time putting this together. And it looks like the front of it is going to be left alone like that. For everyone joining me, thank you so much. I am live on Roku TV, on YouTube, and here on TikTok. You can find me under Cavemann Adventures on all said platforms. I like to make dioramas for my action figure collection and teach you guys how to make action figure props and dioramas too. I've been making dioramas for the past 5-6 years now, and I'm always learning something new, a new trick to add to the repertoire. And I tell you what, guys, I just can't get enough of it. If you would have asked me when I was younger if this is what I was going to do to work on my dream, I wouldn't have known it. But I'm glad that I'm here and I'm doing it. What's great about these markers is that you can always work to clear it with a different marker. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to clear his face a little bit where the light is supposed to shine right around the cheekbone area. It's going to open that up. by open up, I mean we're going to blend our warm gray so that we can make it more bright. I'm going to open that pink up and make it brighter. We're going to follow through over here to the cheekbone. Might have to use a different color here just so we can, you know what, I'm gonna let that rest. I'm gonna move on to a different piece of his, and I'm going to use this, I'm gonna work on his color now. What we're going to do is we're going to fill in his collar with this nice, what are you? A French vermilion. First, let's use our fine tip to outline our border. Just to help us separate those colors easier. And follow the peak of this color right here. God, I really love the way these little jagged corners of his collar look. It gives them so much character. Through this side. And then we're going to follow onto this peak too. Alright. Hey Mrs. Dross, how are you? Now that we've outlined that, we will fill it in with our thicker end. Do the same for this other side. Today's been a really good day. Been feeling very motivated to do art and exercise, so really excited that I got the energy to do it. And when you got the energy, you got to take advantage of it. I'm going to get my finer tip out. You guys are really going to love the way this looks at the end. I hope, anyways. That's the it's the goal, to impress not just you guys but myself, because I gotta prove to myself that I know what I'm doing. I'm going to make sure there we go. So I'm going to continue with my French vermilion, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to outline all his hands, starting at his sleeves. Forehead. I do apologize if my hands are a little off-putting. I just went a little too hard on my punching bag the other day. I was excited, what can I say? I was excited and I had some energy and I thought, hey, what better way he does have two hands down here. I'll outline these right now. I just wanted to outline the fingers so that you guys kind of saw what was going on there. I'm actually going to I'm going to fill this in with that same French vermilion. And I'll be darkening it up with a different color just in a sec here. Filling these in, not doing too much craziness right here. I'm just trying not to get these to bleed outside of the lines. Let's give those some smooth edges. Let's move on to this one. So one of the one of the challenging aspects of this drawing was actually figuring out what kind of hand positions, what kind of positions they were putting these hands in, and it was a nice little trip. We're all used to seeing Dr. Strange do his Spider-Man flip-looking pose with his hands, which is what most of these have, but some of them are just looking like with their palms are open. again. Thank you guys for joining me today. We are just doing some inking, throwing down the first layers. There's always more layers. When you think you're done, add more. When you think it's just one color, you're wrong. There's way more colors in here than you think. I've got 15 pencils out, or markers I should say, to help me complete this. And that's just what I saw at first glance. I could find more colors in there if I really focus into it. Awesome. Did you see Batman Forever Batmobile is up for pre-order in August 15? I did see that. Batman fans sure are spoiled, huh? Is Batman Forever the one with Val Kilmer, or is that the George Clooney one? What is your favorite Batman? I wish I had a favorite Batman, but honestly, there's just so many of them that you like one for a different reason than you like the other. Whether it be the acting, whether it be the story, which I guess it's nice to have that many, choices to pick from. But what is your definitive Batman? Is it Sad Boy from the recent Batmans? Is it the George Clooney Batman with the bat, Are you a fan of Batman? Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of Batman, but I see the allure. We are going to do some lighter colors here. We're going to move on to, oh wait a minute, there's still some more red to be used. Sorry, we're going to pick up our French Vermilion again, and we're going to fill in these other spots that are going to be turned red eventually. At first glance, it was really hard for me to see that there was a gap between this emblem that I'm about to color in. But I can't forget now that I've known, now that I know. What's up, Retro? How are ya? Michael Keaton is your favorite Batman. That's awesome, man. So I need to know what you think of my water feature, dude. Oh, yeah, it looks pretty cool, man. I like that it lights up, for sure. That's crazy that dried up in one day and all that. I've never used resin, so I'm pretty new to all that. But you know what I say, bro. If you had fun making it, you're doing it right. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have some fun inking this Doctor Strange drawing. You know what? I just reminded myself, I didn't take a picture of this before I started inking it. Whoops. It's ready to go on now? Okay. Go on where? Where are you taking it? Now you may be wondering, why are you going so slow on that? You should just tackle it all the way with the thicker end. I'm trying to control the color here. I mean, for this part, I guess I can do it. I meant it's done and cured, ready to go. Oh, right on. So let me show you guys. I'm trying to get these first layer of colors down so that I can move on to the second coat. I'll show you guys over here too. I'm sorry my Canadian accent, but you're typing. What? Yo, Meeks, thanks for that follow. Really appreciate that. You caught me on Artistic Day. We are inking our Doctor Strange that we drew yesterday. Gotta make sure I'm inking this properly. Again, these markers do bleed a little bit, so I have to be able to control that so I don't color outside the line. Looks like that. I am going to add, as it shows right here, some So the picture that I'm going off of actually shows that there's more orange red at the bottom of these slashes that kind of turns into a hot, not a hot pink, but a pink nonetheless. So that's what we're going to try and do with these. And then we're just going to follow through with a little bit of orange on this, maybe just on the sides here. Indicate a little bit of shadowing, a little darker color instead of using a gray to emulate that. This is sweet, I got 2 angles now. Right on, bro. Thank you for joining me on Roku, by the way. If you guys don't know, I am streaming on Roku right now. There's also a website you guys can visit. It's called mydiytv.com. You can catch me there and on YouTube. All under the same name, Cave Art Adventures, where I teach you guys how to create dioramas. I show you guys the techniques that I use on how to draw, which is what I did yesterday. I drew this Doctor Strange cover from a new Avengers comic book, number 14 to be specific. I may not know all the tricks, but I'll teach you what I know. I am just getting back into drawing. I have a goal to illustrate my own comic book. So you see, what I'm doing is I'm drawing covers that really inspire me artistically in hopes that I learn a thing or two from them, from the experience, and then use all that experience once I feel confident enough to start drawing my own characters out. And the Toxic Retro Rewind channel too, yes. Oh, my ear popped on me. So because I have this here in hand, I'm going to be adding a little bit of darker red. I'm going to be following on my edges. have to be very strategic of where I darken, because blending these markers isn't the easiest thing, so I don't want to overdo one color and under impress with the other. You know what I mean? It shall work out though. All in layers, and it will be looking good, I swear. If not, you get your money back. What's that? My producer says no money back. Sorry, guys. I can definitely tell that pink underneath this carmine is definitely making this carmine pop in a different hue, and I really like that. You're on DIY and Toxic channels. I am. Am I on 2 channels? I'm going over it with this pink so that it can have the last say, if you will, on what color pops on top of all of these layers. You just gotta let it do its thing. The colors will mix and pop as soon as they dry. Yes, sir, you are for a while now. Oh, I didn't know I had a... Huh, okay. I was not aware of that completely. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use this, we're going to get a hotter pink, and by that I mean this is vivid pink. We're going to go over these hands with the vivid pink. Just adding more layers of darkness. I rather do this, add different colors, than add black to shade it. Already tell what the pink is doing for it. It's darkening it with a different hue gloss on it, and that is that pink that I want. For me, because the issue is right in front of me, it's a mixture of vermilion and dark pink more than red, and I feel like that's in a way more sinister than doing dark red for these hands. Get some more exposure and a bigger audience. Well, I thank you so much for that. Thanks for the hookup. pardon me, I do want to continue shading these other ones. So I've said it before, if you have to, rotate your workspace so that you're not constantly fighting against your own postures. So you want to be comfortable when you draw, when you ink, really whenever you work on any of these DIY projects. For those in the Roku world and YouTube, what is the last art project you worked on? And how important is art to you? Is it something you visit every day, every week, every month? Do you do it by yourself, with a group? Do you go to school for it? Do you work with huge teams on projects? What got you into art? I personally got back into art because I had some pretty cool friends letting me know that I had a talent for this. And of course, me being stubborn and always battling all my friends, I didn't believe them. But then one day when I was really sad, I picked up some pens and the magic just came back. It almost made me think, like, why did I stop doing art so long ago? Perception 12 or higher force. Where are my dice? Oh no, Rogue Vato. I don't have my dice, or I'd give you the roll. I am going to add some of these pink to all his hands, but I'm going to stay off of it on the collar and on the emblem. Those are going to have to be a little bit darker, so I will use a different color to add more layers. And if you're noticing what I'm doing and paying attention, I am covering the whole sleeve. Because we want an even first and second coat. The third and fourth coat will be on different areas. And you'll see what I mean when I get to those. I can't roll. I can roll if you want. Roll it, baby. Let's see what I get. The one spot that I am going to add some pink to it is this belt. The slash is coming off of his belt. A 13. Whoop whoop. What do I get? Do I survive? Please tell me I survive. My ears are just popping way too much today. We're going back to our carmine. And now we're going to add some shading into our already shaded areas. Just want to do it over the muscle, down to that area right here. He's got a big old cowboy belt buckle that we'll be painting or marking a bright yellowish orange. I took nothing from you today. Oh gosh. Please don't take anything from me any day. That'd be great. I don't like being robbed. It'd be cool if I wasn't robbed today or any day. Be careful, man. I know Aikido. Hold my wrist. It's around the third and fourth layer of markers that you start seeing a significant difference. Let's turn this baby upside down so that we can see it better. I use AI to bring items to life. Yo, what is going on? See from my feed. Is that so? But I don't know if I like this. He's coming for me. Ah! Now we're just gonna follow the same method. Try and keep an eye on our reference image and only darken the areas that we see that are darkened on the image. I did shade some of the drawing itself just so I can have references here closer to me, but it's always nice to check what you're going off of, especially when you want to be a perfectionist like myself. I'm far from it, but if I aim high, you know what I mean? Moving on to this other one, I will let you know that there is more than just red on his sleeves. Some of these have a seafoam green hue to them just because of the nature of the electric powers or the sigils that he is conjuring. Those will be added, just letting you guys know what I see right now. Everyone that is joining me here, or Roku Land, thank you so much. Now we're going to shade in this bottom hand. Looks like I did most of the work here by shading in with the pencil. might not look like much right now, but because we're going to add so many layers, it's really going to pop once those layers are on. Just got to trust the process and not rush it. You're here for a good time. No reason to rush a good thing. Awesome artifacts. What's up, homie? Yo, did I win your second contest? Not a second contest. So shading that in. There's a few spots right here that can be shaded. And the bottom of these smaller colors are the parts that are going to be shaded too. Good, 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 good. And it looks like there's a few more hues of orange that I might have not prepared for. So for that, I am going to get some more markers. So you see other colors that I hadn't gotten to yet. We're going to test them on a separate piece of paper. One might be too dark. That's the one. So we're going to return this guy. And we're going to use a yellow, believe it or not. And that looks like it's going to go on to here. Some of that yellow right here in these spots, which I'm just amazed that that's yellow, to be honest. I thought this would be more of a yellow, but hey, that's alright. There's a round shimmering color around here. I'm going to try and do my best to that. These markers sure are working pretty hard right now. Shine right there. And I need an even brighter yellow. Yes. And for this one, because it's the brightest color of this symbol right here, I'm going to use it as the base. And for this one down here too. Now I've learned from experience that these markers, if you start everything with the markers first, the colors that is, and outline them at the end, some magic happens. We're going to add a different layer of yellow to this on this middle area. do the same for this guy. We're going to give it a little love with this olive green. Gonna go with our fine tip though. Sometimes I like to think, how can I make this more fun for you guys? You know, when it comes to those teaching moments, it's pretty adamant that you have to be in the zone, and you have to be participating to have this kind of fun that I'm having. Blending colors, figuring it out if it's right or wrong, just bringing your own piece to life. Though it's fun and relaxing to watch other people do it, this hobby really demands participation. So if you have something at home that you can draw with me, along with me, I bet you that's what's really going to help you focus in on this, and we can both learn something from ourselves today. Don't get me wrong, I'm a yapper. I love talking. But I also want you to be entertained by your own artistic talents, and you know, I'm always curious about what other people like to draw. Superheroes aren't the only thing that I draw. It's just what I've been drawing lately. Everyone's having a good day like I am. This is the third time that I've been live today. I started with a nice workout in the morning. Then I went to live again later that day to work on the guillotine challenge that I post onto TikTok. So if you have a TikTok and you want to check me out and participate in some of the stuff that I challenged other creators to do, there is a nice guillotine challenge up right now. And you can find me under K-Word Adventures, or if you look for Taven the Caveman, you can find me like that too. Now we do want to darken this skin up. At least around the neck. This is definitely one of those tones that I need new markers for. More flesh tone markers would be awesome. Need to make sure that I'm not going too dark. I feel like it's hitting the spot for what I got to work with. need to lighten some of these areas out, I will just get my lighter marker and give it a run through these darker areas. Darkening the eyes a little bit. Man, I really enjoyed this comic book. If you guys don't know, this is the issue where Doctor Strange sells most of his soul so that he can he sells his soul for a great amount of power. See, Doctor Strange had an issue. We've added some orange to that. Let's touch it up with a little bit of more brown around the areas that need some more shading. That's right, another layer of shading on these brown over these areas. Do it just fine. And gotta be really careful on how I run this pen over it because it's just runny sometimes, you know. It bleeds and that's okay. Just gotta be able to control it. So now that I've outlined some of that stuff, we're going to move on to a different spot just so I can give my eyes a little rest from those areas. Carmine, French, the orange. Is the orange what I was looking for? So it looks like it's got orange just kind of randomly going upwards. Let's reach those peaks. And then we've hit that with the orange. But we give it some old red. We're just going to follow the same shading style on the other side. looks like it's a little darker around the ears, which is totally fine. It makes sense. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try and even this area out just a little bit. We're going to touch this area up here. It looks like just a little bit right here with this little curve. Darken these edges out. Also gonna darken these edges out. Follow that to his waist. I believe I'm going to need one of these grays just so that I can darken the muscle that he's got going there. Use that same gray on the red that we just applied onto his colors. Though I like the way it's looking, I don't think I'm satisfied with the way it is blending in there. So I'm going to look for another red that I can apply here. That's going to be this rose red. Check this color out too real quick. Well, to be honest, I won't know until I check it out like this. Okay. I think I'm going to go a little bold and use this rose red. Fade away this darker red into the rest of the color. can't forget that first layer that helped that blend in better. It seems to be the lesson to be learned from these alcohol markers are lighter to darker. Do these blend well? They do blend well. It's just I still haven't been able to control it as much as I want to. Like I said, I'm fairly new to markers, so I'm trying to respect the power of these markers, because I tell you what, they definitely, these are one of those that like are not like easy to erase. I can sit there with like a white marker forever and I will still see some, you know, aspects of what I was trying to erase. So this is why I'm also going slow and being methodical of it. So I want to be in control. There's not that many things that I can control in this life, but my art skills are one, so Whoa, Dr. Solar, thanks for those TikToks, bro. You came in, dropped some stuff, and then dipped. That's cool. Again, thank you so much, you guys, wherever you are joining me from either Roku, YouTube, or here on TikTok. I appreciate the company, appreciate the gifts, the comments, the likes, the helpful criticism, constructive criticism. It's always welcome. I feel like these two markers are going to be my new best friends for this. So I am here for them. These I am trying to help the muscle definition poke out more, so I'm not going to cover the whole thing in it. This is just to help emphasize where the muscles are going. How your eyes will travel through these is very important. We don't want to go flat where there's a certain amount of detail, because then I'm just kind of working backwards. That's looking great. Yo, thanks Jay. I am trucking away at it, bro. It'll get done today, hopefully. And if not, you know, it's all good. Ha 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 ha. Thanks so much, Mrs. Drost. Believe it or not, this is a lot harder to to color in than I thought it was going to be. This reminds me of an art project that I did in college. Some of us had to pick either from a goat or a tractor, and silly enough, the people who picked the tractor got the tougher assignment. I mean, you may think that, especially just because it was a metal panel that we had to redraw. Well, it was the shading and the proper amount of darkness that we needed to actually make it look like metal that was taking everybody forever. And this is what it's reminding me of. It's one of those projects that you can always go a little darker here, a little darker there. Just a nice little throwback to those days that I was really enjoying in college. You look like you've been fighting. So sorry about that. If I had gloves to cover my scars, I would, you guys. But I've just been working out. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. So now that I got one of these, some of that done in there, I'm going to let my eyes rest and move on to a different part. I'm really going to be happy when this thing is done, just because I'm already appreciating how much work is going to go into it. I don't expect myself to finish this drawing today. If I do, that'd be a nice little ditty for me, but I didn't get a chance to look that image up. The, what is it, 234 issue of Uncanny X-Men. I'll have to look it up just so that I get an understanding of what you're looking for. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you showed it to me. Never mind. I said it was going to be fun. Yeah, Wolverine in that state looks pretty gruesome. Wouldn't it be dope if I knew like how to draw stuff like this, like my own characters, but like this badass. The colors are cool too. Yeah, they are. Yo, my life goal was met. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that, Mr. Drost Beef. That was Drost, right? Not Mrs. Either way, I appreciate the hell out of you guys. Heck yeah, thank you so much. I think I'll stay humble and it's the same. Right. We are one. I think I'll stay humble and just not redo that goal. But thank you so much for helping me meet that. I do want to buy some new art pens, I'll tell you that much. I can tell already that some of the layers that I'm doing are kind of getting lost in the on the camera. I think it's going to be more appreciated if you see this, you know, face to face. But that's a lot of everything, you know what I mean? It's these Garndosh skin tones that are really gonna kick my butt though. So what's the topic? I was actually asking people earlier what the last art piece it was that they worked on. They all ran away. So I'm assuming it's their disappearing act. But, you know, it's all good. I used to be the guy that said, I can't even draw a straight line with the ruler. And look at me now. I can do it with 2 rulers. I don't do art. If you live close, you could definitely borrow mine. I have lots. Ooh, well, thank you. Just mail them to me, and half of Draw Steve's collection. That'd be awesome. I guess mine was my Galactus backdrop. I kind of want to redo that, though. Oh, man, that thing looks awesome. I don't know. Like, you should just make another one. Not like paint over it. I get it now. I'm over here jumping the gun. I got filtered. Oh no! That's odd. Hey now. We're just joshing. We're just joshing. Miss Beef, send it all to me. Hurry, quick. While he's distracted. Whew. You guys, I'm really digging doing art again, man. Like, I don't know why I was so silly and I put it aside. I really don't know why, because, like, I mean, you see it. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to be that guy, but dang, I'm doing kind of good. I'm doing kind of good for, like, not practicing art in, like, a long time. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Wow. I just want to be good at something, you guys. You know, I want to be good at something that's art related, and I feel like that's good enough. You know, I don't have to have the most exciting dreams. I just want to be good at something that's art related. You should. It looks so good. If I buy another lowrider and ship it to you and pay to ship it back, will you repaint and customize? Yes. Duh. I would love to repaint one of those. You gotta tell me what kind of colors, though. Unless you want me to have artistic freedom on it. I could always just Google the colors of the lowrider that they wrote in on and try and do that. What's up, Arthur? Drops Beef, are you getting lowriders? Awesome, we'll be looking for another artistic freedom. Freedom! That's my favorite line from my favorite Mel Gibson movie, and also my favorite Rage Against the Machine song. Hello, yeah. Joss Beef, I love that, man. You let me know when you're ready to send that, and I'll give you my shipping address and all that stuff. Now you gotta come up with some cool art palette for that lowrider. love that though. Joe, what you think about the Raw episode that came out the other day? Did you watch any of the highlights? Please tell me you watched Seth Rollins get his butt just pancaked by what's his name. That was so fun to watch. Not gonna lie. I had too much fun with that episode. Yes, sir, we'll do Braveheart. Yeah. But heard about it. It was probably my favorite Raw episode since I started watching wrestling again. I'm not gonna lie. Though I was really disappointed for the Wyatt Six. I thought the Wyatt Six were gonna be a lot more entertaining wrestling wise. I'm not the biggest fan of what they're doing with all their shenanigans, but I really thought for a second there they were going to like really, you know, drop my jaw. Instead it was just, it's definitely just a circus act with them. I hate to say it like that, but dang, you could have done some more stuff. Do these marks cross their wrists just a little bit? They finally showed up, bro, and it was just underwhelming. Joe, did you hear the drama about Lashley leaving and then leaving with the accusations towards Triple H? That was crazy. Did you also hear a rumor that Vince McMahon is buying AEW? What is going on here? I thought we all agreed to leave that man out of wrestling. No, what happened? Lashley left and apparently had an interview where he said that he broke down and cried because of the reasons that he left. And it was just pointing towards Triple H being kind of racist, which I think, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him just because the Attitude Era was a thing, and you know, the whole Attitude Era had its moments that we're not all proud about. We try not to remember them, but yeah, apparently it was bad enough for him to want to dip. And, you know, good for him for standing up for himself if it was because of that. I can only imagine what people are still going through. A part of me thinks that, you know, they didn't stop being, you know, kind of racy. They just got better at getting away with it. But, no, but it's a shame he's going there. No, but Shane is going there. Is that what's going on? Is that who I mistook it for? Shane McMahon going to AEW? Now, Shane McMahon is a wrestler, or like just as a fight promoter? I don't know how to feel about that. I did like Shane McMahon when I was a kid, though. Just, I think it was the drama between him and his dad that made me like him more than anything, you know? But now that I'm older, and rewatched some of those episodes from the past, oh my goodness, the things that I missed as a child now kind of hurt as an adult. Like the Mexiculios. I ain't down with that. I ain't down with that at all, dog. No. Back then, as a kid, though, I would eat it up, thinking, yeah, there's nothing wrong with this blatant racism. And just pulling the fast one on all of us kids, you know. Oh gosh, that was scary. Can I do it again? Oh gosh. Maybe Booker. I think so. But Chain going there. I think so. Maybe Booker. Be better than what they're doing now. I haven't even watched a single episode of AEW. I hear mixed reviews from it. That like they had the best wrestling with Samoa Joe, I think, or am I thinking of a different place? Anyways, I heard that the Samoa Joe and the other dude had like the best wrestling match of the year. And you know, there's still some people that are like, nah, don't waste your time. But I'm still such a new watcher, you know. It's only been like a year that I started watching again, and I don't know. I don't think I have enough experience watching the show to have like solid opinions about people. But you know, your boy's gonna complain anyways. I guess I just really wanted to see, like, in a perfect world, there wouldn't be any of that, and I don't know. One of the things that I love to watch is wrestling, but if I start noticing a lot of that, I'm just gonna end up like quit watching it. You're not missing anything. Crystal Creativity. Thank you so much. Here, let me pop this bag just so we can take a look at this. How do you guys feel about this? I'm digging it. The skin tone is definitely messing with my eyes a little bit, but it'll get fixed as I add more layers. Let me show Roku over here. Yeah. And again, this is what I'm trying to make it look like. Dross likes it. That's what's up. So does Crystal. Thank you so much. This issue though, I only have the next issue. After that, I couldn't find any more when when this was first coming out. It'd be really nice to find it again. You understand our courtesy, don't you? I do. Then name yourself and what it is you desire. I am Dr. Stephen Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, and now I am here to buy. How wonderful. Well then, mortal. Welcome. Welcome to the Sinner's Market. I don't know who this scary goat-headed guy is, but I like him. He's a big old flirt, just trying to give you whatever you want. That's my kind of man. As you can see, we do great deals of business. There are quite a few dealers of the lighter fare, but as our name suggests, the market has a tendency to skew dark. Necromancy, demicons, etc., etc. That it? we're so simple over time. I've learned that there is no difference between the black and white arts. There's only the price, which is always steep. Yes, about that. A small piece of advice before we begin. The market tends to adapt to the buyer the longer you stay. The more things will catch your eyes, so specifically will serve you well. Okay. Oh my goodness, my Mexican tongue read this the wrong way. It's actually specificity. Can y'all just not do that? Can we as a collective people that speak English not do that? He goes on to say, I implore you, guard your heart against what's in focus on the truly needed. Alright, this is one of those reads I can't do it in my narrating voice. I have to proofread this first. There was a place without being the same. Huh. What is it exactly that you wish to buy today? Longevity? Bliss? Love? No, none of those things. Then what? I want power. Power, but you have so much already. I need more. I want to be able to move worlds and shake them to their foundation. I want enough power in my hands to tear planets from the heavens and then place them in new skies. Oh, I see. You'll be wanting the throne then. Fair enough. This way. Oh, is that where you stop? You mofo. And then it just turns to something else. I think this is part of Battle World. Yeah. This is when Earth 2319 under observation. There's a lot going on in these panels, I'll tell you that right now. But I think the better I get at reading, I might give it a shot of what you suggested and read some comics on here. I have a not so good camera, so maybe doing something like that where they can just hear my voice and I'll show them images here and there. They'll get the gist of it. So I did say that there was multiple colors on these power effects, right? And because they're on the power effects and they're emitting from his hand, I have to draw some of those light effects onto his skin and more so his costume. There's a reflective light that I have to respect, and to show respect to that, I have to touch up his gloves with some of these different colors from his powers. It's not a lot, but it's still there. It's enough for there to be for you to notice once you really like squint your eyes and turn your head and then hit the clutch. You can tell that there's more than just the red on his sleeves. Yo, Crystal, thanks for the follow. I really do appreciate that. Drosbeef, reading with Taven. Yeah, where we'll both learn how to read English. Oh, goodness. Okay. So I feel like I did a fair enough of colors on all the reds. I know that I can darken up the yellow emblems on him, the giant cowboy buckle that he has, and that one on his chest, but I want to move on to the suit. So it's time to pick my base color for that. I chose three greens. Oh my goodness, I chose 3 blues! I need all the help I can get. Brother, you and me both, man. Like, I really need to take one of those adult ADHD tests or something, just to see what's up. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be a mixture of these two colors, which, if you care to know, it's Prussian blue and sky blue. Because now we got to do this bluish purple. So what's going to go down first? That's right, the darkest color, I mean the lightest color is going to go down first, and then we're going to move from that. So get prepared for there to be a lot of blue. I'm blue, I'm a blue, I'm a blue. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to outline this sucker first. Jaws, do you have a show today? I'll tell you what, I'll read to you if you read to me, and then we'll be reading fools together. Just outlining it so I can feel like I did something. It is 3:49. That means I've got 21 minutes to go. Do you think after I finish drawing this, I should critique it and be like, this is how I could have done differently? Or should I just let it ride? I need Rosetta Stone, bro. That's how I be feeling, bro. Do you know how... I'm telling you right now, man. English isn't my first language. But what bothers me is that, like, I started learning English, right? And then, like, my mom never tried to learn English when she was up here. She's still up here. So, like, do you know how hard it is to communicate with my mom? I constantly have to use Google Translate. And I know she's got that, like, ashamed look. Let it ride. You got it. The rubbing of my pencil feels like I'm chewing on wool. I don't like it. Ah! No! Why can I feel that so strong on my fingers? I understand, I just listened for my name. Okay. Come on, marker. Why are you being so dull right now? Ah! did it again. I don't like whatever's going on here. It's really, like, look at that. It gave me goosebumps. I don't know if dipping this in water would help it. I don't think it would. Maybe I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. But yeah, drawing the, repainting that lowrider is going to be super dope, man. I got to get a hold of Follow the Dot. He was the first person to hit me up for a commission a long time ago for like a repaint. He wanted me to repaint one of his Transformers, that's a van, to look like Mr. T when he is transformed into like robot mode. And I thought that was like one of the coolest ideas. Oh my goodness. Like chewing on wool. Ah. No sir, I don't like it. I'm just gonna go with the smaller tip. Oh, a small guy. Anyways, I was trying to say, I really need to hit him up too so that I can do that for him. Yeah, it's a pretty cool idea. So he wants me to turn the van into the A-Team van, and then when he's robot mode, to look like Mr. T. And you know, Follow the Dot, he's got a lot of cool amalgamations of in his cosplay. So I felt like that was right up his alley, but I never got to him because I ended up working on different projects. Ooh. Shadow Resin was asking me to make a horror-based diorama for him. Then he started. Then he asked the question, "What's my favorite horror movie?" And I haven't watched a horror movie in so long. I feel like they're more suspenseful now and jump scare type of movies than they are actually like scary. I don't know if you like scary movies. If you like scary movies, let me know what kind of movies you like, whether they're more psychological thrillers or jump scare or gore. Personally, the one and only movie that's given me like physical like a stomach ache from watching it in real time was the movie Tusk. Tusks. I believe it's a Kevin Smith movie. And that movie straight up turned my stomach, man. I had no idea what I was going into. It was great. Follow the Dot is hella cool. I love that guy. He's very inspirational. I hope to get some gains like he's got him, you know? Another beautiful bald man with a great beard that I try to be like. What's up, Mac? More psychological. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. Those are pretty fun too. Those are a fun ride. Like the island with Leonardo DiCaprio. You know, one of my favorites. What's one of your favorites, bro? Hit me with it, baby. Hit me, baby, one more cry. My loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, it's leaving me. I know the rest. Yeah. So I heard a rumor that Roman Reigns, not only because that he's coming back, but that, gosh, what's that new guy, the Samoan werewolf, that he's supposed to, that he's going to betray Solo and join Roman. I don't really see it. I don't see that. It'd be cool, but I don't think I like that guy, so for him to go to Roman's side right now and try to become a babyface after he came in was disrespectful to everyone and their mother. I don't know how I feel about all that jazz. The one you said, DiCaprio. Oh, okay. Shutter Island? That's what it is. Shutter Island. I still haven't watched Midsommar. I heard that was good. I watched the new Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know if I liked it. Is the one done by Rob Zombie? I did like House of a Thousand Corpses, though. That was a fun one. It is 3:50. I got 10 minutes, and then I'm going to go watch Deadpool for the third time. Or Longlegs, I don't know. The boys picked Deadpool, but the girlfriend picked Longlegs, so I don't know what's going to happen. I guess I can survive a night without watching something comic book related, right? Share the hangout space. Jordan Gasly, what's up, brother? Bro, that pin drop is diabolical. Pin drop? Ah! Why don't we do a little unwinding? Let me show you guys how far it is. Finally got to see Deadpool last weekend. So good. It is so good. Dang, 3 times. Rip! So you can see the highlighted blue areas, right? The lighter blue. That's what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to slowly start darkening it like I did with the reds. I don't know if you guys can tell. Where's my handy dandy pencil at? You really gotta like keep looking at this but do you see how this leg curves up like that? It's bowed, right? How naturally it would be because you're sitting in Indian style. This leg does not have the bow. That's something I noticed that I could have fixed, but so far into it, I was just like, you know what? You're just gonna leave it alone. There's little things like that that I can notice, and it's killing me. Oh. I just hit the corner of my table. That felt great. That felt great. I didn't die inside a little bit at all. What do you think, Roku World? You liking it? Since I'm not going to be able to finish this on screen, I'm going to finish this off screen and then probably post about it. If you guys want to talk to the Roku World and YouTube, if you guys want to check out the finished product, you're going to have to come to my TikTok or my Instagram. You can find me under K-Bart Adventures on both of them, also here on Roku and YouTube. I do go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific time on the Talks of Retro Rewind channel. That is news that was broken to me today, so I just want to give everyone a thank you for joining me wherever you are. I hope you joined me by doing some art. If not, just checking me out, doing it in real time also felt pretty cool. I always welcome people to join the chat, drop in some comments, spam the like button, obviously. All that good stuff to help push these kind of lives out to the rest of the world. Let's see, why is it doing this now? Why is it doing this? And now I am hyper focusing on what is wrong with my marker. Like one of those labs from the movie Up. Squirrel. You should do teaching drawing segments. I think that's a great idea, to be honest. I think I would just have to give people prep time. You know, let them know what kind of materials to use. Mrs. Straussbeef said you should do teaching drawing segments, which is what I was doing yesterday, but more so, you know, going off of this image, I would probably suggest people to get their favorite mediums, as in like get a notepad, get a pencil, and you know, find an image that we can all look at the same time, and then start off of that. I do know that I was going to teach how to do a grid that you can impose onto your reference shot. Sadly, I couldn't do it to this because this is the only copy of this comic book that I have, otherwise I would have done it. But having a proper grid so that you could copy one piece of that grid on at a time allows you to get the precise measurements that you need. Like, it's a little tough to explain without it, because I think just having the grid in front of you would definitely do most of the explaining. But yes, I have thought about that, and I really want to do that. I'm just trying to get better at it. Any and all helpful criticism is welcome, you guys. I am not above that. I do love all your guys' interaction, and thank you so much for the gifts, for the hangout time, for the suggestions on what to draw next. Looking at you, Jay. Though a feral Wolverine was mentioned first, I feel like your suggestion, Jay, is kind of hitting that. I'm really happy that you guys came by. Really, I am. And I know why, and I just want to thank you personally, Mrs. Drost and Drostbeef, for that. It does feel tough sometimes because I'm just not as fun as everybody else is. I think a lot of people are more interested in the end product instead of the hows and the whys that I do things. But either way, I know that they're interested, so I'm not gonna stop. I can't. I'm having fun. I just gotta learn how to have fun with you guys at the same time. Josby, thank you so much for those recommendations. I will try and have some more topics for me to talk with people about while I do these lives. Can't stop, won't stop. But so far, this is what we got done today. I'm really proud of it. Roku World, thank you so much for giving me your attention for these past 2 hours. I'm Taven the Caveman. Don't forget that I do stream here on 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. You guys have a wonderful day, and don't forget, be good, be bad, be you.